Doctors, how does your marketing look? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the KC CHIROpulse Podcast, brought to you by CATS Consultants and Chiro Health USA. I'm Dr. Michael Perusich, your host, and I'm joined today by a good friend and just expert in the industry on marketing, Sherry McAllister with F4CP. Sherry, how are you?
I am absolutely fabulous. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. So Dr. McAllister, if you don't know her, she is one of the drivers of getting us recognized around the world. And she's huge into marketing through the F4CP. And if you're not a member of F4CP, you should be, because the foundation is doing amazing things to promote chiropractic around the world. And you were telling me before we jumped on here, there's some TV spots coming up.
There is. In fact, we're blowing up right now on where we're going and how we're being able to meet all the demand. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I will tell you this, it is the tipping point of where the chiropractic profession is. 130 years next year is going to be epic. So we have a new TV spot that will be on a national syndicated show called The Daily Flash. And for all of the women out there, you'll appreciate this segment. Are you wearing the wrong bra? And it really comes down to
Interesting.
chiropractic. When
Yeah,
when
that
you
makes
look at
sense.
posture and you think about how are you marketing, how are you hooking people in to good things, that TV segment is going to be epic. And 67% of women make the choices for their family. So we want to make sure we're marketing to the ideal person. And it's
I,
an exciting moment coming up.
I love that. So when you talk about the ideal person, and we discuss this all the time with clients, you have to know who your target audience is. Who are you targeting? You mentioned women. They're the primary users of chiropractic care. They're the primary decision maker in the household for healthcare related things. How do you focus in on that? Talk to us about how you define those markets.
So when you're thinking about that ideal market, your first step really is to look at the research. And the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress does that in a fun, relatable way. So we do it in polls. We do a Harris poll every year. We reach out to our consumers to see what they're thinking. So we're getting a line of what's new, what's cool, what's fun, so that we can hook it back to that. And then you want to look at the behavior of the marketplace. Maybe there's some demographic changes that are happening in the area. But I think one of the big things that we underestimate as chiropractors really comes down to purchasing habits. What are they
Mhm.
purchasing and why? And once you know what they're purchasing, AKA, is there an uptick in a certain pharmaceutical product like benzodiazepines? And if so, why? Or is there an uptick in looking at stocks in the pharmaceutical industry that give us an understanding of where they are? Dr. Perush, one of the pieces that just blew my mind was a white paper that came out regarding pharmaceutical marketing. 2024, they collaborated, or should I say, aggregated the information they got from the 5 top pharmaceutical companies, and here's what they found. They're focusing their social media targeting for pharmaceutical products to TikTok and Instagram. Now wait, it gets more interesting.
Interesting.
$19
Intrigued.
billion is what they're gonna be
Wow.
spending. I said billion, $19 billion in
Wow.
2024. Pharmaceutical products on TikTok and Instagram. Do you know that age range? Because that's market research.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And you bring up social media. That's such a great way for doctors to be able to target. I know you're doing it through the foundation, but it's a great way for doctors to really hone in on their target audience. And I hear a lot of doctors say, I don't know who my target is. You have to know your profession. You have to know your business. You have to know who your target market is. So that takes a little bit of market research like you're talking about, but you also have to think about your ideal clients. Who are your ideal patients coming into your office? I know for me, for example, I never enjoyed treating knees. I didn't get good outcomes with it. So I referred those out. So the last thing I wanted to do was market to everybody in the marketplace who had knee problems.
100%. if you can recognize and just take your own time to really think about what you enjoy, this is part of building a practice that is fun and it really engages you as well. Because when you look at some of the burnout, I just got the World Health Organization's 2 weeks ago from Geneva. The current burnout for healthcare providers is it's just magnificently bad. And in Canada, as an example, because one of the pieces focused on the neuromusculoskeletal portion for Canada, they're going to lose 23,000 healthcare providers in 2024. That's huge. And
Wow.
then think about the burnout that goes with that is the reality is they're not enjoying what they're doing. So doctors, I'm telling you right now, chiropractors are on fire. We love what we do. We do
Yep.
what we love. And when you focus on the ideal patient, the patient that makes you have fun, you can't help but win, win, win. It's that energy translation is if you love treating shoulders and shoulders come in, you're fired up. You know what to do. You know why you're doing it and you get more of the same. Remember, you attract what you give out in the
Yep.
universe. And if you don't know what that looks like, go to Adjusted Reality Podcast and listen to Bruce Lipton. He blew my mind. He was sucking the questions out of my body, and I just let him go. I'm like, Bruce, you got to go. You got to just talk. So
That's
I
awesome.
think you're 100% right. Is the ideal patient is for you to know, for you to develop so that your practice is on fire and you're happy too.
Absolutely. So what do you think about this? If you're seeing the ideal patient, if you're attracting the right patient and you're creating that energy, aren't you building better relationships with your patients?
100%. So when you look at why you like treating, as an example, the shoulder, it's because you know the shoulder well. And when you create that market research, you know what types of things they're buying for the shoulder so that you can have that ready for them to buy in your practice. If you're treating, for example, posture, you bring in people that want a posture exam. Why are you not offering a sit stand desk in your office? It can be easily shipped
Right.
to them and you're making a profit because you're giving them the expertise on why that sit stand desk. See, both of us are sitting up straighter. Why that desk is so important. So solve a problem that they're having, aka maybe it's a shoulder problem, maybe they're just fatigued at the end of the day and they don't know why. Get them up, get them moving, and then just look around you on what is that relationship between you and the expertise that you provide
Right.
in your community.
So I all of a sudden have this overwhelming desire to hit the button on my desk and make it stand up for me. So
Attaboy. See, you already got this.
that's right. That's right. So we need to take a quick word from our sponsor, but we're talking with Dr. Sherry McAllister, who heads up the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. Go check them out. They're doing all kinds of amazing things to not only support the profession, but tell people why we're so great. So I want to dig into that a little bit when we get back, but we're talking about marketing. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
In today's economy, every dollar counts. Families are facing tough choices, having to reconsider what was once essential to them. But when it comes to healthcare, no one should have to compromise on their well-being because of financial constraints. That's where Chiro Health USA steps in, the solution for your practice. We understand the financial pressures families are under, whether they're insured, on Medicare, or paying out of pocket for treatment. By offering discounts on care, you can ensure that your patients can still afford the treatment they need. At Chiro Health USA, we're committed to making sure no family has to sacrifice their health due to financial hardship. We'll work with you to create a game plan that keeps your waiting room full and your practice thriving. And here's the best part. Offering affordable care not only benefits your patients, but also positively impacts your bottom line. So why wait? Join Chiro Health USA today and join the ranks of the most successful practices. Because when you put your patients first, everyone wins.
All right, everybody, we are back. You're listening to the KC CHIROpulse Podcast, brought to you by CATS Consultants and Chiro Health USA. We're talking with Dr. Sherry McAllister from the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. And I know that the foundation, I turn on my computer or I get on social media and you guys are always the first thing that comes across my screen. You guys are leveraging the digital platforms in such an amazing way. Can we talk about that just a little bit and how important that is?
This is one of those game changers that we need to focus on for the future for chiropractic is we have an ability to engage our audience in a whole different way. If you think back even 20 years ago, we were going to places where the patients were. Now the patients can come to us when they see our blurb on social media. So the foundation has really a plethora of marketing to our base, getting our members involved and make sure they have what they need to market to their community. And then also find the people that are not using chiropractic, bring them in so that they go to our Find a Doctor directory. We get over 3 to 4,000 hits to our Find a Doctor on a slow month. If we do a commercial like the golf commercial we put in April during the Masters tournament, we did it 17 times, a 30-second commercial called The Perfect Swing. You get up to 10 to 15,000 people looking for, I want the perfect swing. I need a chiropractor. So we really
Exactly.
want you to engage every aspect of social media. So you have that presence of educating them because the more they know, the better choices they will make.
Exactly. Exactly. And by the way, that was a beautiful ad. I loved it. So if y'all
Thank you.
haven't,
Appreciate it.
if they haven't seen it, they can still see it on the foundation's website, right?
Absolutely. In fact,
Yeah.
I would ask them so that they're up on the latest, greatest TV segments, articles. We posted an article on Everyday Magazine, and that as a user outreach to 3 to 5 million people. And it's just on neck pain. You can get these types of things out if you go to our Facebook site, the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. Just follow us because you'll have so much information that you'll be like jumping for joy. Like, I don't have to create. Yay. There's infographics, posters, and all sorts of things that you can go onto our website and find out about as well.
Plus, you're piggybacking on national advertising. So you're creating consistency of that chiropractic message that patients may have seen on TV. Now, all of a sudden, they're seeing it on your social media or something similar or that has the same message. And it creates relevance for what you do.
It's really absolutely critical what you just said is the relevance to the audience is they have to be targeted to see the similar message over and over again. And
Yep.
that's why our profession really needs to come together and speak to the consumer. So much of the past, we've been speaking in our silo and we've been confusing the consumer. We think they know what we know, but they don't. And
Right.
we're so blessed to be chiropractors. Our lifestyle of chiropractic, the way we look at the world through the chiropractic lens is such a blessing. Problem is, not everybody even knows we exist. So we got to take that small minority and make it
Exactly.
the vast majority.
So oftentimes, and I think this has been part of our problem as a profession over time, over the years, is that we want to tell people what we do and how we do it. But what today's consumers want is they want to know why they need you. And so
Yes.
we've got to flip that message. And that's what you guys are doing such a great job at. Is you're flipping that message from the what and the how over to the why. This is why you need us because we can help you with the golf swing. This is why you need us because we're great for athletes or whatever the message is. We're great for neck pain. And it's that storytelling, that why factor that helps patients understand on the emotional level why they need us.
Coming down to the emotional level is key.
It's
The
key.
world is driven by two emotions, fear
Mhm.
and love.
Yep.
Which one do you want to be in? And both have their positives and negatives. If you fear chronic arthritis for the rest of your life, you will see a different opportunity in front of you. And that's why this whole level of relevant and valuable content that hooks people in. Do you want to have back pain knowing that potentially your bra could be the problem?
Mhm.
Fear. Now, love comes from being able to recognize and reach out to them and say, do you want a beautiful posture, less tension in your shoulders, and more energy in your life? How are you hooking up that relative content marketing so that your community actually gets you? And you have to keep reminding yourself exactly what you just said. Why? Simon Sinek has a whole book on it. You want
Sure.
to read it and develop your why do they need you? Do they even care about your message? And I think the world is ready for a message now more than ever.
I totally agree, especially coming out of the pandemic. People are so much more health conscious, but it's not health conscious from, I need more pills and medication and more surgeries. It's, how do I avoid all that? How do I keep myself to a healthy point so I don't need that or don't need it as often? And that's what we do. I think this is why the profession is so on fire right now, is because so many people are waking up to, oh my gosh, chiropractic is the answer for what I need. And so, yeah, and if you haven't read Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why, oh my gosh, it is a game changer. All right, we got to take another pause here to hear from our sponsors, but we're talking with Dr. Sherry McAllister from Foundation for Chiropractic Progress, who's doing amazing things for this profession. So you got to go check them out. But most importantly, we're also talking about how you can shore up and improve the marketing that you're doing in your practice and in your community. So, word from our sponsor. We'll be right back.
KC Chiropractic Consultants, your partner in chiropractic success. We are dedicated with one-on-one guidance to bring you all your practice management needs. Let's supercharge your practice. Give us a call today.
All right, everybody, we are back. This is the KC CHIROpulse Podcast, brought to you by KC Consultants and Chiro Health USA. Again, we're talking with Dr. Sherry McAllister from F4CP, the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. And Sherry, you've been talking about some amazing things. And just real quick, what's coming up on the F4CP platform? What can we look forward to in the next few months?
So we love that we build relationships with our consumers through our ads because we know if the pharmaceutical ad is putting $19 billion into social media to our youth, we need to be at that level with them and striding alongside with trust and opportunity. What does that look like? We saw a huge uptick in, believe it or not, the youth looking at the new rodeo. We saw it in Yellowstone. We've seen it in Madison Square Garden. They sell out their tickets in 10 minutes. The young people are looking for fun and enjoyable entertainment. And believe it or not, bull riding comes to mind.
Sure.
8 seconds of pure energy and pure adrenaline. And so what does that 8 seconds look like? I'm going to tell your audience something I did not know, and perhaps they did not know, that a bull rider gets more G-forces than a fighter pilot.
Yes.
A bull rider gets 50 Gs to that experience in 8 seconds. And that is an amazing moment for chiropractic to come into their lives. And I will tell you this, the bull riders love chiropractic.
Yes,
And
they
so
do.
we're heading into the world's largest rodeo, and it's called the Calgary Stampede, and we're going to be filming a commercial at the Calgary Stampede. So buckle up, everybody. Put
I
your
love
boots
it.
on, and let's have some fun with it, because if we have fun, the energy comes back to us.
Yep.
Fear or love, where are you coming from? And this 8 seconds of pure adrenaline is going to be a lot of fun. So you're going to see the bull riding commercial coming up, made possible through chiropractic care. And then we're going to reach a very large audience at the end of the year with pickleball. So we have a
Nice.
pickleball tournament coming up, and I think showcasing how chiropractic can really help you be the best when you want to have enjoyable sports in your life, such as pickleball, that is through chiropractic care. So fundamentally, we're talking about engaging with your community and doing things that interest them so that you can be part of their life.
Okay, Dr. Sherry, you're talking about not only some great things that are promoting the profession, but if doctors would plug into some of these things, you're giving me all kinds of ideas. So if, just for example, doctors, if you have rodeo riders in your area, you'd be surprised how many of them might be in your area, especially if you're on a rural market, because I treated a bunch of them in my practice. That's a special niche that you could get into just because you learned that from what F4CP is doing out in the profession. Do you have pickleballers? Do you have a pickleball place near you? Go set up a booth and talk to people about how great chiropractic care is. But you can see how you can get so many ideas to get more integrated into your own community in a way that shadows what F4CP is doing out there.
100%. And one of the things that I want your listeners to hear is this is all about you. And we're doing this to maximize the visibility of the benefits of chiropractic care for you. This is a nonprofit. Every dollar that goes in goes out because our administration is paid by our chairman, Mr. Kent Greenewald at Foot Leveler. So you are maximizing the future of chiropractic. And then they find you, find a doctor directory is f4cp.org/find a doctor. Whenever I do a TV segment or I'm on a stage, like right now, we're at the American Health Insurance Plans, you bet I'm going to promote the Find a Doctor. So if you're not with us, then you're missing out on an amplitude of opportunity to showcase your clinic to millions. And actually, I'll be even more direct. Adjusted Reality is our podcast directed with healthcare professional influencers and celebrities. And it's all about we're in 108 countries showcasing the benefits. And if you're not there, how are they going to know where to find you?
hmm Exactly. So this is an opportunity, everybody listening, this is an opportunity for you to piggyback on a national campaign and bring that in directly related to your practice. So get connected with the foundation. It's Foundation for Chiropractic Progress, f4cp.org. Dr. Sherry, anything else you want to add out there? What's your number one expert advice for all these docs out there trying to do their own marketing?
Do something really simple, but leverage other people. And I would leverage the foundation's piece. Now, we talked about not wanting to burn out. There's great research out there about the bidirectional comorbidity between depression and low back pain. I don't want any chiropractor to be either in the depression mode or the low back pain mode. So do for you what you want your patients to do. And there's a great campaign that we offer every chiropractor out there. It's called Next Step. And basically, it's just getting the steps in for you, hosting a walk. Maybe it's once a month, maybe it's once a quarter. Get your community together. Grab some high-level profile people in your community. Maybe it's the mayor. Maybe it's the yoga therapist down the road. Find some high-profile people and then showcase, we're going on a walk this Friday at 10 o'clock, 30 minutes. You're going to meet a massage therapist, a chiropractor, the Qigong specialist, and the mayor of the city. And everything is done for you. It's called Next Step Community. Isn't that a beautiful way for you to get your own steps in, for you to showcase how awesome you are to the community? And it's giving back to the community. It's not about what you take, it's about what you give in the end. And that's where I want every listener that really loves this profession to give back to this profession. And to do so, it means getting out of your office, meeting, greeting, and being with your community. So find a reason why you love chiropractic today and how you can increase your own health and the awareness in your community. That's really what we want you to do.
That's a huge piece of advice. Yeah, don't keep chiropractic a secret. Get out in your community and do these things. The foundation is coming up with great ideas to help you with things like that. I just got all kinds of ideas again from just that little segment right there. All right, everybody. Dr. Sherry McAllister, thank you so much for joining us again today. We love having you on the podcast. So we'll have to get together again soon and do another one. And of course, you and I run into each other from time to time around the profession. So look forward to that. All right,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Yes, thank you for being here and thank you for what you do at the foundation. And tell Kent Greenwald we said hello and we are loving what's happening. All right, everybody. From all of us here at CATS Consultants, thanks for listening to the KC CHIROpulse Podcast, brought to you by CATS Consultants and Chiro Health USA. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It's down here somewhere. Our podcast is exploding. It's growing like crazy, and it's all because of you, our listeners. We appreciate all of you. So we will see you next time.